Kesh to Cahar and Anamchak to Brid Smith. 30 seconds.
Margaret, Minister, I want to ask you again, as I've done many times here, if you support the LNG projects that are destined to bring fracked gas from North America into this country via the hubs at Shannon and Cork, and if you would reconsider that in view of the recent European Investment Bank statement regarding fossil fuel industry and industry projects and the funding of same, and will you make a statement on the matter? Well, it's only a few weeks ago since this chamber was full of young school students who were invited in to explore what can be done about climate change. And one of the 10 recommendations that came out of that experiment was not to allow importation of fracked gas into the country and to oppose the Shannon and Cork LNGs. So tomorrow, those same school students will be taking another day of strike action. At about 12 o'clock, they'll be around in Merrion Square. I intend to go round to them. I wonder, can you face the Minister with a straight face saying what you've just said to me and then support their demand tomorrow to end the importation of North American fracked gas? You see, I think from listening to you, you've paid no attention whatsoever to the two latest reports this week that suggest that we may have already crossed the tipping points and thresholds that will lock us into catastrophic climate change because emissions are soaring all the time. And really, without allowing the bill on climate emergency measures to go forward and without banning LNGs, we'll be certain to have done nothing. I just want to say to you that when you deny that we have anything to do with this, that it's all private, we facilitate the fast-track planning and building of these projects in Cork and in Shannon. And we also have allowed for their inclusion in the European project of common interest. So it's not like your hands are clean and you've absolutely nothing to do with it.
Deputy Smith.
Helpless and useless you sound when the government have no role in any of this because it's private, it's private, it's private. This is fracked gas from an area of North America that is suffering severely in terms of health and environment. We have banned it here in this country for those very same reasons, and we're willing to facilitate its importation into this country. And I'll repeat, we're facilitating it through our planning structures and through your allowing it to remain on the projects of common interest in Europe. Gas and fracked gas is driving the spike in methane emissions. And 1/3 of this is coming from the industry in North America, from where the fracked gas to Shannon will arrive. And it's looking for a market. If they succeed in building the LNGs here and across Europe, we can kiss goodbye to the Paris targets and any hope of limiting temperature rises to under 2 degrees. And the science is there. Robert Howitt of Cornell University gave evidence at your committee meetings to say that if we could reduce the emissions of methane, we could buy ourselves more time in terms of trying to deal with the climate catastrophe we're facing. And it is methane that leaks from fracked gas. Methane leaks in a huge level from fracked gas and traps heat at a much more intense level. So will you listen to the school students and will you do something about the LNG?